Are you here to help me find my sister? Well, the last time I saw Marcia was when she told me she was going to Foundation for some things. I think that something bad happened to her. It was just supposed to be a quick trip to Foundation, but she hasn't come back yet. I just know she would never leave me on purpose. No, but when she said goodbye, she was acting really weird. She was like, "You know I'll always love you, right?" She never says stuff like that. It's usually, "Learn to behave, Max," or "Can you be quiet, Max?" Her best friend, Luis Ramirez, might know something. He's an initiate too.
Ad Victoriam.
The elders have so much to teach us. I hope I'll get to meet them in person. Someday.
Hey there. I hope Marcia's... How can I help you? What has Marcia done this time? It's been really hard for her to adjust to living in Fort Atlas after losing her mother. She spends most of her time worrying about taking care of Max, but none of it worrying about herself. I know that Marcia's a little rough around the edges, but that's just because she's already been through a lot in her life. She's the strongest person I know, though, and has a big heart, cares a lot about the people in her life. I'm lucky enough to be one of them. Missing? No, she's just running an errand to Foundation. Yeah, she'll be back any minute. Damn it, fine, I can't bear the thought of something happening to her. I can't be sure, but I think she may be with the Raider War Party. Abandon? No, of course not. We were talking, and I assured her that I would never let anything happen to Max. I guess I told her exactly what she needed to hear. She told me once that she stayed as long as she could for Max's sake, but being here was like an open wound for her. Yeah, I don't think it's my place to tell her story, but let's just say that she blames them, or us, for the death of her mother. Those raiders have been fighting the Brotherhood ever since we got here. I don't know what I'd do if I had to fight Marcia. Good luck, and please bring her back.
We need to do something about them. I'll go. It's my fault anyway.
I know you're eager to help, but Sheena and Burke are the best there is. Anything that gives them trouble is going to be extremely dangerous.
What are you doing here? What is it?
You have some nerve showing up here after you sold us out. I'll let Marcia speak for herself, but I'm pretty sure she's not interested in going back.
Hell no, I'm not. How about you don't waste everyone's time and just leave?
Astute observation, Detective. Doesn't make it any of your business.
If we stand by and do nothing, then they will be dead. Sheena and Burke went to AMS headquarters to retrieve something for us and haven't returned yet.
Marcia. Damn it. Well, it wasn't my plan for you to know about this, but now that you do, I guess there's no way around it. Marcia's not going back with you. She's going after Sheena and Burke. She's been bossed around by the Brotherhood enough in her life. Why don't you do something for her for a change and help out?
I overheard some Brotherhood initiates talking about how AMS headquarters was a place of interest. It was the piece of intel I gave to Pierce and the others so that they would consider letting me join. It's my fault that they're missing. I should have tried to get more information.
Nice try. As much as it kills me, I'm not stupid enough to leave things unsupervised when two of us are already missing.
I'm not going back to Fort Atlas. No one gave you the right to make my life decisions for me, and the Brotherhood doesn't own me.
I feel better having one of us there instead of blindly trusting the Brotherhood. Make sure someone is focused on saving Sheena and Burke.
One of us? You really mean it? I'll prove to you, Pierce, that I belong here. I'll undo what I've done.
You being willing to put your life on the line for us is indication enough that you belong in this family. Bring my people back alive and in one piece.
I'll meet you at AMS. I'm not coming back with you after, though. I have a new family now.
I'd advise you to watch your step around here. I won't let anything happen to the crater. I swear my life on it.
I miss my friends back in Fort Atlas, but being a raider is awesome.
Next thing we know, those bucketheads will be asking for permits just to enter Morgantown.
What is it?
Do you have business, or are you just sightseeing? We're here to ensure that there remains a place for Crater in Appalachia. The more people come here, the more they'll want to take their own space, set their own rules, and then force those rules on others. Crater is our home, our freedom, our future. I won't allow anyone to take that away. Besides the obvious scorched and mutant life, Foundation, maybe. But it'll be a long time before they start asking for more. They're like us, in some ways. Just looking for a home. But don't tell Meg I said that. The Brotherhood thinks of itself as our saviors. They'll take what they believe is righteous. And when we refuse to give it, they'll strike us down. It starts small. Food and supplies, a home base. They offer protection in return. And hope. Hope is powerful enough to make you blind. So when they start asking for more, when they start setting rules, occupying homes, taking lives, then it's too late. We can't let it get that far.
I miss my friends back in Port Atlas, but being a raider is awesome.
Then sit back and watch. See what it gets you when things suddenly go up in flames. At least I'll have my fire suit on. Too political for you? Don't worry. In the end, it just amounts to fighting.
Maybe Pierce will let me lead the next fight.
Run? Look, I'm not some kind of CEO or general. This is a family. Everyone does their part. Mine is the talking. Letting people know what we're doing all this for. How important it is. I may have started this effort, but it's the war party who moves it forward. And if you're not a part of it, I'd caution you to stay out of its way. Only good things. What do you want to know? She's more than a rung in a hierarchy. Sheena plans our operations. She's got a head for strategy. Said she used to play Blast Radius on repeat as a kid, until she could beat everyone she knew, including the adults. Imagine that. World's gone to shit and people still find solace in games. At that age, I was, well, still in school, studying for a future that never came to be.
Back off and let people live.
Burke's our muscle. The most hard-working person we've got. They don't talk much. Action is more their language. I wouldn't have it any other way. Because it suits them better. When I first met Burke, they were different. Secluded. Like they didn't want anyone to see them. Burke flinched when others talked about them. People expected things based on how they looked. They had these titles. Silent Man, Albino Dog. One day I asked if something else would feel better. It took some trial and error, but we eventually settled on the neutral they. They're a much happier person now, for the insignificant price of a word. Me too. We all have a public perception in this world. Sometimes it doesn't match what we feel inside. Sometimes there's nothing we can do about that, but other times there is. And I don't need to understand everything Burke is feeling to want to see a smile on her face. Meg has enough on her plate without the Brotherhood to deal with. I came to her one day with an army of raiders, raring to fight. She looked at me and said, "What are you waiting for? This ain't no democracy. Just don't get Crater in trouble and we're good." So, here we are. The war party. We have plenty of support. Not everyone wants to be directly involved, but those who do are ready to risk life and limb. There's also your fair share of mercenary Craterites just looking for caps. But considering the Brotherhood could probably pay better, I suspect those mercs have an ounce of loyalty they're not willing to admit to. Why not get to know them yourself? I'm sure you'll find there's more than meets the eye. There's no blood spilled in the war room. This is where we plan our battles, not enact them. The Brotherhood should know that we're not a bunch of mindless killers. So if they want to send someone here to talk, they can. Not that anything will come of it. I'll be here until the Brotherhood isn't. If you're not with us, you're against us.
I wonder how Max is doing. Probably getting into some sort of trouble.
It's this really inspiring phrase. on the tip of my tongue.
I miss
Must've
my
read it
friends back
somewhere.
in Fort Atlas, but being a raider is awesome.